What's going on, guys? Tatiani Favors here, your tax business coach. And let's talk about how to become a legal tax professional. A legal tax professional. We're going to focus on the federal requirements today because you have to understand that there are both federal requirements and then specific state requirements. Now, we'll say that majority of the states follow federal. Okay, they follow the federal requirements, which are very which are very they're non-intrusive. Okay, but then you have certain states like California who requires you to take and pass an actual test in order for you to become a legal tax professional in the eyes of the state of California. But we're not going to get into the different states. Okay, we're just going to get into the federal requirements. So here we go. Number one thing you need is to get your PTIN, PTIN, which is your Preparer's Tax Identification Number. Now, this number identifies a tax professional. Like a social security number identifies an individual, a PTIN identifies a tax professional. You need this PTIN if you want to be legally compensated to actually prepare a tax return. Okay. If you get caught taking penitentiary chances, okay, preparing taxes out here without a PTIN, you can get fined or you can go to jail. Very rarely have I seen people go to jail for it, typically fined, but the IRS states that you can do that or they can do that to you. So just go ahead and get your PTIN. You renew it every year for the upcoming tax season. You have until December 31st to do so until for the upcoming tax season. And you typically can renew it starting in October of every single year. Okay, so number one, get your PTIN. Number two, you want to be authorized. Okay, you want to become an authorized e-file provider. Okay, an authorized e-file provider. What this means is that you personally or your company, because you can apply either as an individual or as a company, but you are legally able to, or authorized rather, to actually electronically file tax returns to directly to the Internal Revenue Service. Okay. And in order to become an authorized e-file provider, there's an application process. Okay. There's a suitability check. You have to send in your fingerprints. They want to make sure that you don't have any felonies or anything, even though just because you have a felony does not mean that you are automatically out of the running. I know a couple of people who actually have felonies who finally got their EFIN, but it took them years to get. So don't get discouraged if you do have a felony. Just keep trying and praying, I will say. But they do have fingerprint checks, a suitability check, and there's an application process that has to happen because they just want to make sure they know who they are dealing with. There's a lot of fraudulent activity in the taxation industry, and the IRS wants to significantly reduce that. And so that's why they have this process. Once you become an authorized e-file provider, then the IRS will issue you an EFIN, EFIN, which is Electronic Filing Identification Number. This number represents you, either your company or you as an individual, as an authorized e-file user. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about how we get all of these things I'm talking about. How do you apply? How do you get all of these letters that I'm talking about? PTIN, EFINs, all of this. You go to the IRS.gov website, right? You go to the Tax Pros tab up at the top and you create an e-services account. You create an e-services account. It's free 99 to create an e-services account. And once you do that, then that's where you can go ahead and apply to become an authorized e-file user and everything else that we've discussed in this video. Now, once you have done all of that federally, make sure that you are researching the proper authority in your state to make sure that you understand what the requirements are for you to become a legal tax professional in your state. Like the state of Georgia, I'm in the state of Georgia. Our requirements mimic the federal, which is IRS. But like I said earlier, California is a whole nother beast. You have to make sure that whatever state that you are in, that you are legal in that state. Okay. Also, this is another question that I get a lot, that people say, well, I have clients in different states. That doesn't matter. You don't have to get legalized in every state that your client is. You just have to make sure that you follow the requirements in the state that your company resides in. Okay. So that's how you do it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm Tatiana Favorites. Definitely like, share, comment, subscribe to this channel, because y'all will have tax business information coming at you at least once a week with my videos. So let's get it. Peace.